They're off in the Peter Pan. Meantime goes straight out to the early lead, and Timeline will track him early, second on the inside of Impressive Edge. Looking at Blessing is fourth in the initial stages here, and then back to Master Plan, and the trailer is Take Your Guns. Meantime, in front up the backstretch, Timeline just a half length behind, though. And Impressive Edge is close up running in third as they complete the first quarter in 24.02 seconds and head up the backstretch. And now it is Meantime on top by 3/4 of a length over the heavy favorite Timeline. Impressive Edge is backed off. He's now 4 lengths behind, just ahead of Master Plan, who's down at the rail. And then it's Take Your Guns. Looking at Blessing is last of them all, 6.5 lengths from front-running Meantime, and Jose Ortiz, who continue to lead the way through the half mile in 47.68. Meantime in front. Timeline a length and a half behind, keeping close company second by 2. Impressive Edge is on the outside of Master Plan with a half mile to go. Then Take Your Guns and Looking at Blessing around the far turn. Meantime is the leader. And now Javier Castellano asking a bit more from this heavy favorite Timeline, who's a length and a half behind. It's another 3 lengths more back to Impressive Edge. And then Take Your Guns on the outside. And Master Plan is back running in 5th. Timeline is still behind Meantime. 3/4 in 1:12.99 seconds. And Meantime comes wide off the turn. And Timeline is down on the inside. And the two of them arrive at the 8th pole right together. Timeline on the rail. Now takes the lead. Timeline in front. Meantime on the outside. Battles him, though, at the 16th pole. And they're well clear of Impressive Edge. And it will be Timeline. Timeline goes on to victory in the Peter Pan. A 3-length win over Meantime. Impressive Edge was 3rd. And Take Your Guns was 4th.
And they're off, and Timeline comes out smoothly. Greek Prince hustled up along the inside. Glory Stars is there, and Honor the Fleet, 4 of them duking it out in the opening furlong. Talk Logistics is guided over to the rail. Honor the Fleet and Timeline are 1-2 into the first turn. Timeline slightly in front. Greek Prince tucked in along the inside, 3rd. Then it's Talk Logistics, who's 2.5 lengths off the pace in a little bit of a tight spot while hugging the fence. And Glory Stars is at the back of the pack. The undefeated Timeline takes the field onto the backstretch in the Betfair.com Pegasus Stakes. With Honor the Fleet a length back 2nd. Talk Logistics has made it into 3rd. Then comes Greek Prince back to 4th, 3.5 lengths off the lead, coming to the half-mile pole. Glory Stars is asked for more. Javier Castellano has Timeline in control. Talk Logistics trying to sneak through on the inside. Honor the Fleet is outside of him with the white blinkers. They're followed by Greek Prince 4th. 4 lengths off the lead. Another couple back to Glory Stars. Coming toward the quarter pole. It's been all Timeline thus far. Well within himself. Leads by a length and a half. Talk Logistics guided off the rail to try and challenge. Honor the Fleet is dropping back. They're at the top of the stretch. And Timeline the leader by a length and a half. Talk Logistics, a valiant effort. He's chasing with determination. 7 back to Honor the Fleet and Glory Stars. 4 starts in his career at 4 different distances in a brand new setting. Timeline, unblemished, wins the Betfair.com Pegasus handily. Talk Logistics 2nd. Close photo between Honor.
And they're off. From the outside, Fayek begins nicely. Valdaco is moving up from down toward the inside, and Valdaco puts ahead in front as they run out of the chute. Right with him early is Giuseppe the Great, now moving up down toward the inside. That's Caviar Czar. Mr. Attila is on the outside. Widest of all, both Fayek and Timeline. They come away in the top flight. Here's the Gray looking for room, time to travel. No place to work right now. Is all move through to be 3rd. Then it's a length and a half back to the team of Texican with American Sparrow. They're mid-flight and 6 lengths behind, working 2 better than Unauthorized Use. Then down at the inside, Presidential Bird, followed by Long Shot outside looking in, and left behind last, Maya Yucca River, and Jose Ortiz trail about 20 lengths off the lead of Valdaco. Valdaco around the far turn in front. From the outside, Giuseppe the Great second. Racing from third, that's Time to Travel. Caviar Czar in the Bobby Flay colors racing from fourth. Moving up on the outside, and Fayek is trying to put in a charge. In between horses goes Mr. Attila. Timeline is also in that firing line with a quarter of a mile to go. 46-3 for the opening half mile. On the outside, Giuseppe the Great set down for the drive and makes a narrow lead. Valdaco is back to second. Time to Travel is now third. Up the inside, Caviar Czar, then Timeline and Fayek. Giuseppe the Great trying to seal the deal. Running on latest Timeline. Far outside and Fayek. Here's Timeline rolling. Timeline's got him. Timeline wins. Giuseppe the Great second, Fayek third, Time to Travel fourth, and fifth was Valdaco and 124-3.
They're all in line. They're off. Everybody Loves Rudy hopped in the air when the gates opened, missed the break by a couple of lengths. And it is going to be Divine Dental who goes out to the early lead. Right there, too, is Timeline to the outside, and in behind them, Thirst for Victory is away running in third. Mr. Dougie Fresh is fourth on the outside, 2.5 back to Win with Pride. Not a good start at all for Everybody Loves Rudy, who's last and 7 lengths behind after a 23 flat quarter. So the pace is pretty quick here for Divine Dental, a long shot leader up the backstretch, in the clear by a length and a half over Timeline in second. Thirst for Victory rides the rail in third. Mr. Dougie Fresh is fourth to the outside. Win with Pride is fifth, approaching the half-mile pole. Now 5.5 lengths from the front. Everybody Loves Rudy right in behind him. The half was 46-3 for Divine Dental, who ranges into the far turn with a 2-length lead. Timeline is clearly in second now. Mr. Dougie Fresh has been put to a ride in third. Thirst for Victory is fourth. Win with Pride and Everybody Loves Rudy. They make their way toward the top of the stretch. And it is Divine Dental still trying to cling to the lead, but Timeline is moving up alongside. And they're into the stretch, 3/4, 112 flat, and Timeline has taken over. Timeline moves away to a 5-length lead with a furlong to run. And then Mr. Dougie Fresh on the outside, followed by Divine Dental, Everybody Loves Rudy, Win with Pride, and Thirst for Victory, all behind. A very impressive colt here. Timeline strong again by 10 today. Mr. Dougie Fresh. Ready for the start? They're off. Temperate hesitated a bit coming out of there. Hoffenheim goes out to the early lead. On the outside is TR Crew away in second, and there goes Temperate now into the mix on the outside and all the way up to challenge for the front. And then it's Timeline in behind them, followed by Hit It Once More. And the trailer up the backstretch is You're to Blame, who's racing 4.5 lengths off of Hoffenheim, who has made the front up the backstretch through a 23.21 quarter. TR Crew a half length behind in second. Temperate is third under Jose Ortiz. Right on the outside of Timeline, who's down on the inside. You're to Blame is next, and a bit of a tight spot there for Hit It Once More, who's trailing the field now just 3.5 lengths off of front-running Hoffenheim, who continues to lead the way toward the far turn. TR Crew on the outside is second. The half was 45.93 seconds. It's a solid pace, and Temperate is right on it, and 3 wide as they race on that far turn. Then it's Timeline on the inside of You're to Blame, and Hit It Once More is last. It's Hoffenheim, TR Crew, and Temperate, and they're across the track as they make their way around the far turn. Timeline is fourth and right in behind that leading trio as Temperate takes a slight lead 3 wide coming toward the top of the stretch. 3/4 in 109.11, and it is Temperate who takes charge at the top of the lane. Hoffenheim tries to fight on. Timeline's in the center. TR Crew behind them, and then comes You're to Blame and Hit It Once More, a furlong to run. Temperate on the inside is Hoffenheim. Timeline down the center. It's Temperate, Hoffenheim, and Timeline coming down to the wire. On the far outside, You're to Blame. Here's the wire. Here's Timeline. Timeline did it. A 3-way photo. You're to Blame, Temperate, and Hoffenheim right behind him in 1 minute 40.87 seconds.